What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your very first time joining me. My name is Jessica, I'm a mother as well as a makeup lover, of course. So for today's video, I'm actually going to be demoing and playing with the Unearthly Cosmetics. This is the Bunny palette. So they did reformulate, or like, I don't think they reformulated, but they definitely repackaged it. Sorry, make sure one of my kids get it too. Yeah, so Unearthly Cosmetics, they did just like revamp up this palette, I should say. And so this is what it looks like. I will be doing a couple of swatches when I get into the beginning of the video. I will be doing a few swatches. I didn't swatch the whole palette, but you guys will be seeing every single color. Either if it's not on my eyes, I did swatch it. So you will be able to see every single color. At the end of the video, I will be giving my thoughts and opinions on this palette, as well as an up close of my eye look, so that way you guys can see the true beauty of the blend and all of the shine and shimmer in all its true glory. Okay, you're going to want to stay tuned for that. But other than that, I'm going to be doing this eye tutorial using this palette, as well as I'm going to be doing my face makeup. So I do have a code with Unearthly Cosmetics. It's 3-in-1 makeup. And Unearthly Cosmetics does send me PR, but that does not sway my opinion at all whatsoever on any product that I get. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. So I will always be honest with you guys, no matter if I purchased it or if I received it. If you're curious to see my thoughts and opinion on the Unearthly Cosmetics Bunny palette, then definitely keep on watching. So I wanted to start this video out with doing a few swatches of the Unearthly Cosmetics Bunnies palette. So this is what it looks like. It's very much Easter pastels, which I actually really love. They're some of my favorite like tones of colors. And I actually really appreciate how each color has its corresponding shimmer. I really like that. So I'm going to swatch like 4 of the mattes, 4 of the shimmers, but of course I'm going to be playing with them today. So let's see. We'll do Hop, Clear Skies, Sweet, and Green Grass. And I do believe that 2 or 3 of these shades are like shifty. They're shifty guys. This green is like light green to dark green. And this one is like pink to like peachy. So like, I don't know if they're like multi-chromes, but they're definitely shifty. They have that beautiful like dual look to them. Super, super reflective and shiny. I think that's one thing about Unearthly Cosmetics formula, is that they really do know how to do shimmers. So I'm thinking I'm going to go into more of the realm of like the purples and like the pinkies. So we'll swatch the green, the blue, the purple, and this like, it's like a corally orange. So the green, the blue, the purple, the orange. So this is just one dip. They are pastels, so of course they're going to be very, very light. But I just do love those tones. This color, it's like salmon color. My eyelids are, of course, already primed, so let's jump right in. And I think I'm going to start by taking the purple shade, which is called Jelly Bean. Okay, so I'm just going to take this shade on this fluffy brush. And I'm really just going to pack this bitch down. Like, we are not being light-handed. We are going to go for it. Go for the gold, baby. So I'm literally just going to bring it like this. And then I'll just kind of tap down in my crease so I'm not blending it too far up. So I have some room for blending. So I'm going to take this tiny but fluffy brush. And I really, really want to use the 2 like pink and like peachy shades. So I'll start with this shade first, which is called Ribbon, which is just like a very hot pastel pink. I think that's accurate. Hot pastel pink. And I'm going to be very mindful of, ooh, that's like, it's super pigmented. Shit. I think that's more pigmented than that purple was, so I think it's going to cover that up. Okay. Shit balls. Okay. I'm just going to try to blend this out because that was too much, girl, too much. Okay, I'm gonna have to blend that a little bit better, but I'm just gonna lay the colors down for now. So I'm gonna just dust the same brush off because I don't want to blend this too far out. And then I'll take the shade Carrot. So this is supposed to be an orange, but I think this is more of like a salmon-y color. I'm gonna start very light-handed since I got really crazy already. So I'm just gonna go right over that second pink shade and very lightly start to blend it out. Just kind of a very soft blend. Because I'll go through all the colors and build them up. So I'm not too worried about it just yet. Okay, so now that these kind of look like giant bruises on my eye, I'm going to make it more like that. So now I'm going to take the pastel yellow, which is called Chick. She should have called this one Peeps. I think that would have been cute. Is any of these named Peeps? No? Yeah, it's alright. So I'm just going to take this Wet n Wild brush. And I'll just fluff right over the edge of that corally color? No, salmon color. Yeah. Okay, doesn't look too hot. So now I'm going to go through all of those colors again. And let's build them up. So I think that pink is deeper than the purple. So I'm thinking that I'm actually, I think I'm going to take some of the Unearthly Cosmetics Gel Liner in the shade Jam, because you see how it's a lot deeper. I think I'm going to cut the crease and then I'm going to lay that down and kind of blend it into the back of this purple to make it a little bit deeper. I don't want to incorporate any other eyeshadow palettes whenever I'm doing reviews of a new palette. I like to only use the palette, so I don't want to incorporate any other purples. But I do think this would pair really nicely, like possibly with the Sleepover palette. I think it would look really good with that, or even like the purple from the In the Dark palette. So there's definitely like, you know, options. This would pair well with so many other palettes, but I'm just going to try to just use the palette today. Now that the crease is cut, I actually really love like the pinky tones, but I feel like the purple in the center kind of makes it feel like bruised, which is totally fine. Just something I noticed. So I'm going to take some more of the purple just on a fluffy brush, just on the same fluffy brush. And I'm going to blend these edges a little bit. Soften them up. Okay, so I'm going to take some of the shade Chick on the same fluffy brush. And I'm going to set this just because I don't want, when I put the shimmers over it, I don't want the base to be creasy. So I'm going to set it with the powder. And then I'll take some of the shade Ribbon and Carrot. So I'll start with Ribbon. I'm just going to take just the tiniest amount and go right next to the purple. And then I'll take a more generous amount of the shade Carrot and pop that right in between the pink and the yellow. Okay. Yes, so let's do some shims. Okay. So I for sure want to take the shade Golden Egg, but I'm nervous because it has that green shift to it. But I say throw that one in the bucket because this shade's so pretty. So I'm going to put this right over that yellow. Ooh. Oh, that's so nice. I don't think you could see it from where you're at, but watch. When we do that up close, you're going to be like, girl. Okay. Then I'm going to take then I'll take the shade Hop. Yeah, we'll put that right next to her. Ooh, that one's like more, this one's more shiny than that first one is, though the shift, that one gets me. Then I'll take the shade Tulip, which is the very pink. It's kind of like an icy pink. I'll tap that right next. I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference. I was thinking I was going to use that purple shimmer, but I don't think I am, because I am going to be blending this into a deeper purple. So I think just like that, just making the whole lid shiny, but still maintaining that color. Oh. Wow. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay. Now for the purple. So I'm going to take on this tiny little flat brush, and I'm going to do across the lash line. So when I get to this outer corner here, I'm going to try to blend the product out as I go. You know what? I'm going to take a round brush, and I'll use that to blend. Okay, so now that I have that liner, I actually really like that. I'm going to take the shade Jelly Bean, and I'll go over it. Just, you know, make the tones match. I actually, girl, I fucking love this so much right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to face makeup. So I'm actually going to start by taking the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I've heard really good things about this foundation, and I really want to love it, so I'm going to be using this one today. I don't use it that often, but I just recently bought it. I haven't had it that long. Sorry, my kids complaining for absolutely no reason. Like, zero reason. Okay. I think that'll be a good shade match. Okay. Yeah, that definitely was not enough. Like, not even close. So I'm gonna add more. Shockingly, I'm going to be taking this e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer in the shade Tan Walnut for my contour today. So I just put it onto the back of my hand, and then I tap my sponge in it, and then we blend. So for blush, I'm going to be taking the Maybelline Mitchell Liquid Blursh, and this one's in the shade CowLick, and then we have Milk Mix, because this is super, super duper bright. So I do want to use this, but I want to tone it down a smidge bit. This is with one dip of the applicator. Let's go in with some more white. Super hot pink. Okay, here's more of the shade I'm looking for. The shade down here. So I'm really, really just pouncing this in. Dude, you put that right on my lap, and my hands are busy right at this particular second. Uh-oh. So that's what this looks like, and then I'm going to take some of the top shade. Just a smidge right on my temple. So for concealer today, I really wanted to use this LA Girl Pro Conceal, but this is pretty bright, so I'm going to take some of the Beauty Creation one because this one's a little bit darker, a little bit more yellow toned. So I'll start with this one. And I'm literally just gonna do some. And then I'll blend it around with this. I think I'm going to take just a little bit more of just the white, or like the next shade up from white. Just right here. I'm going to take the Unearthly Cosmetics Incandescent Highlighter, and this one's in the shade Molten. These under powders, game changer. Because I haven't set my face, I could just go right in with a sponge and just blend her out. Alright, now taking the Maybelline Fit Me powder to go with the concealer, or the foundation I meant. Good one. I want to make sure that all of my creases are tapped out. And then I'll just take my little poof and set my whole face. Okay, face looks pretty good. I also want to take some of the Jaclyn Luminous powder since I did go in with a matte foundation. And I just apply this on my cheeks and my T-zone. I have more dry skin, so if you have oily skin, I wouldn't recommend doing that because that's where your oil is going to peek through, but I do have drier skin, so this is totally okay for me. Then I'm going to take this Phase Zero Bronze and Blush palette, and this is like a contour shade for me. And then I was thinking to take some of this shade as well, the blush. So I'm going to take this in the perimeters of my face, as well as to contour my nose. I think I'm going to take actually both of these shades mixed. And I'm going to keep this higher up onto my temples. Ooh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And then I'm going to take some of the Unearthly shade Cherub for more of like the apples of the cheeks. My nose as well. So I'm also going to take the Jaclyn Under Eye Brightening palette. And I'll also just take this on my poof. And I'm just going to pop this right in this inner corner. And then for highlighter, we're taking the Mikayla X Glamlite Paht 2 highlighter. And I was thinking this kind of like blue-purple one, but I think I'm actually going to take the green one, which is called Blindin'. Because I used the other ones already. I'm just popping this right on top of the Unearthly one. That was just kind of like my base for this blinding ass highlighter. Okay, so I went ahead and I set my face. I went ahead and I set my face. I used the Nimya by Nikki tutorials. Here my kids absolutely destroying their room. I'm gonna have to clean that shit, so love that for me. Let's go ahead and finish up under the eyes. Sorry. Okay, so I'm just taking the shade Ribbon. And I'm just blending that all across. I'll dust the brush off and take the shade Carrot. I'm just going to smudge that out. Dust it off, shade Chick. I'm not going to take this shade Chick all the way. I'm going to take it like halfway on this blend. And then I think we'll just keep this that corally color. And I'll take some of the shade Jelly Bean right in this outer corner to help blend into this outer like blend. And then I could go around. And then I'll take the fluffy brush that I had took the yellow on. And I'm gonna start smoking this out. For this being a pastel yellow, I do have to say this is super pigmented. I think I'm going to take the shade Hop. I think I need it on a little brush. I'm going to take the shade Hop on my brow bone. Did you see that? I turned and it was like, hello. Hi. I'm going to take the gel liner. No, open the door. Come here. Okay. I'm going to take the gel liner. I'm going to pop this in my waterline. So I'm going to take these Unearthly Cosmetic lashes, and these are in the style Supreme Being. Don't forget, you guys could use code 381 makeup on all things Unearthly Cosmetic. So I'm going to take these lashes because I wanted something more less, if that makes sense. So I'll show you. So these aren't going to cover up what I've done, but they're still going to give me that super cute, soft, like, oh, she's a girl because she has lashes, you know? So I do already have an idea in mind for what I want to do for my lips. I'm thinking this Nabi lip pencil in the shade Cappuccino because it'll be like brown. And then the Henry Satin Matte lipstick in the shade Touched, which is this beautiful pink. And then top it off with a pink gloss. This is from Unearthly Cosmetics Sleepover Collection. I think it's going to be great. Okay, you guys, so here is the completed look. I did end up, you know, using the lip combo that I chose. I think that it actually suits this look very well, just like the brown with like the pinks. It looks super pretty. I also went with these cute little gold earrings that are kind of egg-shaped. I thought that was kind of cute, kind of giving like the Easter vibes, you know what I mean? This look I would 100% wear all the time, anytime, wherever I go. Like, it's so soft, but it's still like super colorful and like shiny, just glowy. I wanted to give my final thoughts and opinions on the Unearthly Cosmetic Bunnies palette. So I see in the video that that the owner of Unearthly Cosmetics, that she did a YouTube video. Hayden Hunts is her YouTube channel, and she always like sneak peeks her new releases and all of her launches and stuff. And I just kind of enjoy sitting and watching like her little get ready with me videos, you know, behind the scenes of the brand and whatnot. And she did show comparisons of the new palette to the old palette. So essentially she had the same vibe going on, where there was a matte and then a shimmer to coincide with the matte. The only thing was there was a lot of like empty space. And the pans were circular, and some were big, some were little. So I think this is definitely more like aesthetically pleasing to the eye. All the pan sizes are the same. I do really love how each matte does have a corresponding shimmer. I think that that is so like unique, and like it's just something that my soul needed, you know what I mean? Usually Unearthly Cosmetics does a lot of like dark, deep, grungy colors, which I actually love. And it's like something that their brand does, and that their brand does well. So they definitely, Unearthly Cosmetics definitely has that dark, grungy vibe going on. So when I seen this palette, I was actually very pleasantly surprised at the bright pastels. I still feel like the colors have a little bit of like a grunge undertone, like specifically the green and this like carrot color. But I also really love how they incorporated, I think this one is a duochrome because it shifts from like golden to green, like lime green. I don't know if you could see that. Yeah, you could see yellow and then it's green. This one also has a shift where it goes from a light green to a deep green. And I think this one has a smidge of purple into it, which means that this is a blue to purple shift. I think Unearthly Cosmetics does their shimmers so well, and I know that they have been working on their formulation, and I have yet to be disappointed by any of their palettes, their setups, or like their formulation. So I think that like packaging, this is also the original packaging, like this is the same outer packaging that the old one had, but I just their packaging is just so beautiful, and like just the sexy girls, they're wing liners, but they're little bunnies. This one has a little tail, like they're in lingerie, like it's so cute. It's sexy. It's not even cute, like this is sexy packaging, and I love it. I was a little bit confused as to why she launched Easter palette right around like we're getting close to like we're ending summer, you know, so I'm a little bit confused about that, but I'm not mad because I do thoroughly enjoy this palette. 13 out of 10. Let's do that because I think the packaging is just an extra 3 points on its own. The formula, 10 out of 10. If you know and love Unearthly Cosmetics formula, I do think that you would really love this palette, especially if you don't have any like Easter pastels in your collection. It would definitely be a nice palette to add. Yeah, I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes talking about absolutely nothing. So I do really hope that you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. I know I don't usually do my face makeup when I do like palette reviews, but I'm really glad that I did because I think that my base makeup, like I've perfected that shit. Like I think it looks so good. So I really do hope that you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. Definitely don't forget to like and subscribe if you like me and if you like my content. And without further ado, we're going to go right on ahead. Roll the clip.